ABC took a big hit last night. I mean, to be honest, they're a news organization. They have to be licensed to do it. They ought to take away their license for the way they did that.
Former President Donald Trump is not coping well with the loss of the debate. This is the first and probably last debate with Vice President Kamala Harris. That will happen because Trump was dog-walked. He came off deranged and very angry. So why? I mean, Harris was smart. She set traps. Trump ran into pretty much every single one of her traps, including like the crowd sizes and how people were leaving his rallies because they were bored. And so, I mean, absolute disaster for Trump. But he's taking out his anger on ABC News because they had the gall to fact check him.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
I just want to clarify here. You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is
the people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager.
I'm not taking this from television.
But the people on television saying their dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Again, the Springfield city manager says there's no evidence of that. Vice President Harris, I'll let you.
They have abortion in the 9th month, but the governor before, he said the baby will be born and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll execute the baby. But her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says execution after birth. It's an execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born, is okay. And that's not okay with me.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
I mean, look, those are whoppers, okay? Oh, did you know they're eating the cats? They're eating the dogs. The TV told me. Oh, the TV told you. Oh, okay. All right, sure, Grandpa. Let's get you to bed, okay? No, look, here's the thing. Trump spoke during the debate for about 35 minutes and 41 seconds. And most of what he said was just complete and utter garbage, lies. During that same time period, he told about 33 lies, according to CNN fact checker Daniel Dale. So that equates to nearly a lie every minute. Huh. Yeah. Now, that said, did Harris say some misleading things? Well, of course, we're fair here, right? She talked about Project 2025 and how it's going to cut Social Security. It actually doesn't say anything about cutting Social Security. That's not to say that Republicans wouldn't cut Social Security if they could. They've been trying for a very long time and have not been successful. Now, Project 2025 does call for privatizing Medicare, basically making Medicare Advantage, which is the private plan, the default option for people who sign up for Medicare. So, now that said, Project 2025 is 900 pages long. It is stuffed with awful things, terrible things. For example, banning porn. Okay. Now, but the way that they do it is to try to actually go after LGBTQ plus folks. It reclassifies anything LGBTQ plus related as pornographic in order to try to ban it from public life, a way to try to erase gay and trans people. So now she also said that Trump would do a national abortion ban, but on that, he's all over the place, okay? At one point he's like, oh, I think the 6 weeks in Florida is too short. Yeah, I think we need to make it a little bit longer. We should send it back to the States. And yeah, again, he's all over the place. Why? Because he doesn't actually care. This is not an issue that matters to Donald Trump. That's why he doesn't really care. He'll be in favor of doing abortion bans if it gets him enough evangelical voters, and that's really what it's about here on that topic. He's not personally invested in it. He's personally invested in winning. Now, that said, I think the man has no core belief, okay? No core belief system other than I'm just going to do what it takes to win because winning is all that matters. All right. That said, he will do horrible things if elected, again, he already put people on the Supreme Court that ended up overturning Roe. So, yeah, if he gets elected and if it's in his best personal interest to do a national abortion ban, to sign it, then yeah, he's going to sign it. So she also said in Charlottesville that Trump said people on both sides were very fine people, right? So, yes and no. So Donald Trump absolutely did say that there were very fine people on both sides, meaning both the protesters and the counter-protesters. So I'm not in favor of the side that was defending racist statues, okay, of Confederate generals. But, you know, I guess we could have a little bit of a difference here on what makes a very fine person. Again, I don't think the people who were protecting those racist statues were very fine people. But getting back to Trump, he condemned the neo-Nazis and white nationalists, and that's really the context that matters here, and said he was specifically referring to those who were only there to participate in the statue protest, not the neo-Nazis. Here's his exact quote. Quote, "I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. All right? But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists. Okay? Well, again, I kind of would beg to differ on that. But again, that's his exact quote where he says, oh, I don't like the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists. I would condemn them. So there's that, right? That said, Trump's fury is that he got fact-checked at all. All right? And that Harris largely didn't. Then again, Harris didn't talk about like people eating cats and dogs, okay? The moderators, remember, they're supposed to be asking questions to keep order, right? It should be up to the candidates to counter their opponents' lies. That's how it's supposed to go. But the level of lies that Trump has been telling were so outrageous that the moderators were like, actually, no, that definitely is not true. That's not real. Okay? So that said, Trump and MAGA, they're seething about it. In fact, here's one ex-user saying, at this point, we need to boycott ABC News forever. If they come on again, we need to turn them off. If they are on YouTube, we need to turn them off. ABC News cannot be trusted by the American people to give impartial journalism. Their propaganda arm, the lying Democrats. So wait, if ABC is a propaganda arm of the Democrats, then what's Fox News? Can't say fair and balanced. No, they're the propaganda arm of the Republican Party. Okay. Now, there's more. This is former Newsmax White House correspondent Emerald Robinson writing, the role of ABC News and David Muir is to allow Haitian thugs to invade your country and eat your pets while they gaslight you by claiming that it's not true. Just ask the residents of Springfield, Ohio. And so now they're spreading around a video of people in Springfield saying racist things against migrants. Oh, okay, great. So now there's more. Marjorie Taylor Greene said, ABC is a disgrace. My phone is lighting up with nonstop messages about how extremely biased ABC is during this debate. Kamala Harris is VP right now. People can't afford anything right now. The border is out of control right now. But ABC is in attack mode against Trump. Okay. All right.
And why their due process rights are being so flagrantly and horrifically violated.
Peachtree dish. Nancy Pelosi's gazpacho police.
Okay. There's more. Fox News contributor Molly Hemingway decided to share calls by her colleague at the Federalist, Sean Davis, for ABC News not only to lose its broadcasting license and its two presidential debate moderators, to be criminally charged. So, lose your license and criminally charge the moderators. With what? What was the crime? Seriously. Then you have right-wing journalist Beth Burge, calling for ABC News to be federally prosecuted for, quote, illegal contributions to Harris's campaign in the form of debate bias. Really? No, you know what that is? That is cope and seethe. That is so much seethe right now. Look, here's the thing. ABC News, they did challenge Harris on fracking, right? Her changing her positions on healthcare as well. And so, yeah, I think that generally it's been quite fair. Trump, the reason it's not fair to Trump is that he lies all the time. And so, yeah, and it's not just like the normal politician, like, slight mistruths, misleading statements and stuff. No, these are just whoppers like, oh, you know they're cooking and eating your pets right now. What? No. Look, the thing about Trump is that he, and by the way, this is one of the problems from the last debate with Biden that nobody noticed, or not everybody noticed, I should say. Donald Trump did badly because he was yelling and incoherent. That's it. It's just this time you actually had someone who was coherent to contrast him with. Look, I didn't like some of Harris's answers, right? For example, on Gaza, she repeated the lie about the mass rapes on 10/7 that was debunked. But even though she was saying things that, like that I didn't agree with, some of her answers I didn't like, she sounded like a human being, like a coherent person, like you could have a conversation or an argument with. Instead of Trump just yelling, "They're eating the pets!" Like you can't talk to that guy. But again, Harris was confident, she was poised, she was practiced, and she masterfully baited Trump into all the traps that she dropped, and he fell for them every single time. This was the debate performance that Harris needed, and the one that Trump was dreading. This is why he wishes that Joe Biden was still there. Now, I would love to have, another debate. I'd love to see another debate where they get into other issues, but I don't think that's going to happen. In fact, I know it's not going to happen. Here's what he posted on Truth Social. In the world of boxing or UFC, when a fighter gets beaten or knocked out, they get up and scream, "I demand a rematch, I demand a rematch." It was no different with the debate. She was beaten badly last night. Every poll has us winning. In one case, 92-8. So why would I do a rematch? No, Trump is taking his balls and going home. Okay, he just had to retrieve them from her purse. All right. That 92-8 poll was from like a random online Newsmax poll, which I'm sure is super reputable. Okay, and not at all just random chuds online going and answering, "Oh yeah, Donald Trump. Stop the count. The polls are rigged." Now, speaking of other polls, right? Is this going to help her election polls? Well, we're going to have to see. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.